So boycott low, detox just to retox.
Welcome back to the Tag Team Radio Champions of the World.
Whoa, what's happening there? You
The
going
Captain,
opera?
Joey Savage.
Corey DLG?
Tag
Colt.
team?
That's Colt.
Tag team? There's three of us.
We're talking about it's Tag Team. You're like our valet. Like
Yeah.
You walk us out to the ring.
You are the valet. Yeah.
You walk us out. You walk out to the ring with us.
Is
So
it-
you don't actually get in the ring.
You're
just,
a young ward. You,
run
hold our robe.
You run interference outside the ring.
We just
distract the ref while we
you guys
cheat
just
and use a
using
chair.
valet because this
Yeah.
this is just a car wreck of an opener.
Was he trying to segue into?
He was. He did
2020?
it. He did a solid segue.
You weren't ready.
You guys missed it.
No, I don't read the ad. Corey reads the ads.
I didn't miss it. I knew what you were doing. He's quitting. He quit. Can't have nice things.
I'm so excited right now. I could not be more excited. 2920 Collision Center. Look them up on Facebook. They put Corys Avenger back together.
They
They
did.
do great work. I think the greatest compliment Corey has ever heard when his car
Yes.
looked brand new. Even though it wasn't brand new, he had wrecked it many times.
That's true.
They made it look. They reassembled the Avenger for the Corey DLG.
That's very
You
true.
Find them on
Very
Facebook.
true.
They'll give you great prices. They are certified in certain situations.
They work with all the insurance.
All insurance.
And they are the exclusive repair shop for Hyundai.
So get with 2920 Collision. Look them up on the Facebook. With that being said,
That's right.
don't forget you can catch us at facebook.com/nerdthugradio as well. Also, the podcast of this awesome radio show will drop tonight. Be sure you catch it.
Yes. Also this weekend, there's some Overwatch stuff going on.
Get into
Overwatch
that.
League. We keep talking about that.
What is that exactly?
It's on Twitch.
Hold on. You should go back and listen to episode 95 of
Oh.
Nerd Thug Radio, the last segment of it.
Yeah.
You can learn all about the Overwatch League.
We did talk a full segment
Full
about
segment.
that.
So I digress.
But it is there's 12 teams, I believe we said.
Yes.
12 teams around the world, one in Houston, the Houston Outlaws, who are right here on the bubble. They would make the playoffs if they started today.
Man, Overwatch is one of those games I wish I was more into.
It's super cool. Like I
No,
wish I was
it
better
is.
at video games.
It
Yeah.
is. It's
But
just,
yeah,
it's
there's
just like
it's a international E-League basically. You can
there's
watch
not
it
enough
on
time in
ESPN
the
too.
there's
Yeah.
not enough
Yep.
time in the day.
But just look it
There's
up.
not.
Look
And
it up
then-
and you can find it.
And those people are so good at it, and like they have positions, which means they have strategies. Like
It's legit.
they're levels above me.
That's the thing, though.
Also,
It can be good as compatibility, viability, like Counter Strike, because there's depth to it.
Yeah, exactly. And every character does different. It's if you're looking for something to try, I would suggest it. It's affordable. It's a cheap game. It's all online, so it's a real quick download. Check it out on your
First-person
PlayStation.
$40 or something.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad.
First person shooter.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So and also tomorrow we'll be at Space Cadets Gaming.
Come
around
see us.
3
Come hang
o'clock.
out.
Come say hi. Mention that Nerd Thug Radio code.
I'll sign your baby.
Yeah, and I will sign your palm. I wanted to say like a bad word there, but I
Oh,
realized
okay.
we're on TV
I'll sign your baby.
and radio and all that good stuff.
Right. Baby
So,
signing. 1-on-1.
We had an interesting conversation this week,
Oh, yes.
and
yes,
we
did.
thought we should carry it over to this lovely radio show we do.
So everyone's been fighting like
The flu.
colds
It's
and
the
flu and
Like, so there's like different strands of the flu.
right.
And
Right.
so each year they kind of guess which strand's going to be, and apparently this year they guessed wrong. because
Completely wrong, apparently.
It's not working.
What they're saying is the flu vaccine this year is about 30% effective. It's not a good number.
The savages we have, we're so savage that we don't even get the flu.
But you guys have all been run down here lately.
Yeah, just been, That's usually we go so much that eventually, when you're in a fat 34-year-old body, it's going to break down.
It does.
For a
It
little
does.
bit.
So I had a really good internet burn, and I had to call Joey and tell him
We talked about vaccines.
I can't
which
not.
we won't get much into vaccines.
I try not to get into. I like.
Is this
I don't-
seriously what the segment's going to be about?
No.
No, we're segueing.
We're segueing. We're explaining what happened.
Get
Stay
back on
with
your
us
phone,
here.
Tinder, find your Tinder, swipe left and right. And,
Yeah,
and
get your
with us.
Tinderonies.
I'm swiping left on this segment.
Okay, and
But so
um,
anyway, I try to avoid the political conversations these days because people can't have a conversation anymore. They get super heated.
No, I can't.
But this one guy that I always have political arguments with, him and his little sidekick were actually arguing over vaccines. They were on different sides of the issue.
Right.
And I was like, wait a minute, you two crazies are disagreeing with each other on something? And so the one I agreed with then didn't want to say anything because he doesn't like to agree with me. And the other one then was mad that someone
then
agreed with me.
You got into a huge argument. So
Right.
then you had to call me and tell me about your awesome burn.
The burn's the best part.
So then,
So I said two people who can't buy a clue with a lifeline on a game show are going to try and tell me something that doctors and scientists can't.
right.
Right. I was so proud of myself. He
And
didn't. He didn't respond.
He was excited.
I
And
was
then,
proud of myself.
so the Alley Savage was feeling sick, and I was just like, well, you know what? Did you take your medicine? No. I was like, well, then don't talk to me.
Right.
So then me and Corey had this conversation about when you're an adult, no one gives two craps when you're sick.
Right. No one feels bad
Right?
for you.
No.
Right. No, not
Like,
at all.
When I get sick, it's like, hey, there's a cough syrup in the pantry, and here's a bucket if you're gonna throw up, or
Right.
there's juice in the fridge. I made you soup. Bye. I'm going. I got stuff to do.
I got errands
and
to
then
run.
they just left. And
The house must function.
Yeah. And so like I'm the same token. Like,
Right.
I have a headache. Did you take headache medicine? No. No one cares then.
Right.
Like, don't talk to me until you take your medicine. On the flip side, though, my daughter comes in. She's got a migraine. The whole world stops.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like the whole family is now involved in this.
Right.
All the lights are down in the house. No sounds are being made. Everyone's like very quiet with headphones
Like
on.
you're knocking on your neighbor's door. Can you keep it down? My daughter has a migraine.
Yeah, stop playing your music. She has a migraine. Like kids, like we go through like hoops and bounds for them.
For
As
sure.
adult, no one cares.
For sure. I definitely know. I've been at my sister's house and she's like, "Hey, be quiet. The baby's upstairs napping. It doesn't feel good."
Yeah, and you can't say
Okay.
anything.
We don't talk. We talk at a 2. We just keep it down.
I remember vividly one time I had like the strep throat, and it was during the summertime, which is weird.
Yeah.
And my sister and the Alley Savage were like, "Well, we're gonna go to Splashtown tomorrow." I'm like, "I'm sick." They're like, "Oh, can you watch William?" William was on like 1 or 2 at the time. Can you watch William? We're gonna go to Splashtown. I was like, "I'm sick." Okay, cool. Thanks. Bye. And they just left. Like,
Yeah.
what
No-
the heck?
No sympathy for
None.
sick adults.
None at all.
Once you're an adult, you can medicate yourself to the point where you're either going to function or pass out.
Right.
That's it.
Most people go to work sick,
Right.
and then if you don't go to work,
Terrible policy.
if you don't go to work and you're sick, if you don't go to work, either A, you're super sick,
Right.
or B, you just don't want to be at work, so you're just
Right.
faking.
You're just like, oh, you know what? I have a fever.
If you're in that threshold where like, oh, I have a 99 temperature, oh, I'm just gonna take some medicine and go to work.
Right.
Oh, I've got a sneeze, oh, I'm going to work today.
Yeah, for sure. I go to work.
If I'm on a deathbed, I'm staying home, or I don't feel good because I really just didn't want to go to work that day.
Right. My personal policy is until the boss sends you home, go to work.
Right.
Now, my other policy is like, for example, when you came in and you weren't feeling good, I don't want to get sick
Yeah.
because then I'll miss work.
Yeah.
So then you go home because I don't want to get sick.
Yeah.
Man, I legit that first morning when that sickness went down, like it didn't feel too bad. It was like, okay, it's a sore throat, probably, whatever. So I went to work. Nah, son.
But really, like when you came in, you were like, so you're like, oh, can you do your job still?
Yeah, I could do
Yeah.
my job.
Yeah, but really, like, can you still do your job? Yeah. All right, cool. And we never thought
Right.
twice about it.
Yeah.
Now, if you would have been like a kid that came in and you were sick, we were like, oh my God, get him some
Yeah.
medicine. Go, Corey, leave the studio, go get him some medicine, and come right back.
Lay him down. Lay him down.
Because you're an adult, where it's
I-
like,
I legit
eh.
got a doctor's note for flu, and I walked in there with like 102 temp, handed it to one of the shift leads, and was like, later, guys.
See ya.
Yeah, I
But
would. Yeah.
Adults get no sympathy.
No, none at all. No one ever feels bad when an adult's sick because
Plus,
you can
like,
just.
Especially where like Corey, where like the kind of work that you and I are in,
Yeah.
you got to be kind of careful with.
You don't want to
how-
bring someone their meal and be like, achoo, here's your food.
There
Yeah.
you go, bro. Like,
But,
as
yeah,
a,
and you're around food all day that people are gonna eat, and that's particularly you got to be really cautious about how sick you are and how
Yeah, and that's why
sick you're gonna make your customers.
And that's why I treat my symptoms. Like, that's why immediately, if I don't feel good.
And this
let's
is how I
medicate.
know there's no sympathy at all. As a former manager of an entire branch,
True.
when my employees would call in, they're like, I'm sick, I would get mad at them for calling in. Like, "You're not-" like in the back of my mind, I'm like, you're not sick.
They're not
Like,
sick.
Come to work, please. You
It's-
come to work, I'll send you home.
It's funny how at work, when someone says, oh, so-and-so called in, everyone always makes the same face.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure
really?
they're really sick.
Unless it's that one guy who never calls in, and all
Right.
of a sudden it's like a Wednesday, and he calls in, and you're like, okay, that guy's super
Yeah,
sick.
that guy.
Or
Dude's
like,
about to die. Send him a priest.
but when you call in like on a Monday or a Friday, you're like, you idiot, you're not sick. Like,
But see, like, I kind of hate that policy. Like,
but then
yeah,
you
as
can't
a,
do anything.
right.
Like,
But as a job, you're right. You're immediately like, oh, they just want the 3-day weekend. But
Yeah.
like, no, people get sick on Fridays and Mondays too.
it's like
that
nobody
happens.
gets sick on Saturday and Sundays.
Right,
Like,
never,
The
never.
weekend, you're never sick.
Yeah.
I get super ticked off when I do get sick on the weekend. It's like, crap, now I still have to go to work. I didn't miss any work.
Right.
Why can't I get sick on a Wednesday?
Right.
There's that Calvin and Hobbes comic where like the mom's taking care of Calvin and he's sick, and she's like, man, it's Saturday. You're sick on Saturday, and he's like, yeah, I know. She panics and runs for the phone, grabs the doctor. She's like,
Yeah.
it's real.
That's for real. Like,
It's for real.
like the
He's
only
sick
time
on a
I
Saturday.
the only time I think I really get sick on the weekends is because I have a hangover. Like that's it usually. Like any of the time I'm sick on the weekend, I get ticked off at myself because
Yeah.
God, I could have done this on a Wednesday and missed 2 days of work.
You let me down, body. You
God,
let me
buddy.
down real bad.
Do your job. One job, body. One job. You get sick, and when you do, it's during the week.
And see, like, and I know myself. So, like, I know when I'm starting to get myself to that point where I'm vulnerable, where I am going to
Right,
get
right.
sick. And just kind of like all last month with the cold, like the way the weather was going.
Yeah.
There's nothing I could do about it. Like I just was like, I'm gonna wind up getting sick at some point this month.
Right.
And sure enough, you do. But yeah, nobody ever feels bad. No. I'm chugging
You come in
cough syrup.
here and you're like sneezing and sniffing. I'm like, can you do your job?
Right.
Can you talk on the radio for another couple hours?
What
Okay,
did we do?
cool.
What did I do when we had Rex here? I'm chugging Dayquil between takes.
Yeah, last week you're taking Dayquil shots. I will beat this because Rex Andrews is here.
I am a professional.
Really sweet interview. Go back and check out episode 94 of Nerd Thug Radio.
Oh, nicely done.
And hear all about the Rex Andrews.
Nice segue.
Thank you. I am pretty good at those.
I do have the Fight TV app now on my phone.
Yeah, you do. See, it worked. You were afraid he was going to break your arm.
He said he was.
Yeah.
He said, "Get it, or I'll break
Get
your
it, or
arm."
I'll break your arm. No.
He's doing some good work on there though.
Yeah, those things
Although,
are
did
cool.
you see the one where he had some technical difficulty because he filmed it all upside down?
Yeah, super awesome. I mean, we do that all the time.
I meant to send him a message where I was gonna say good one, but then I don't want him to show up and break.
I forget
my
which
arm.
episode. We did one episode where like half the show just sounded like awful. I can't remember.
Yeah, and there was another one where the cameras didn't work. So like in the middle of our run of YouTube stuff, there's just a missing week.
Right. We literally sat here that one night for an hour and a half trying to get those cameras to work, and I was like, dude, we're gonna do this without it.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we're coming back tomorrow.
we've got to
'cause
get 2 hours still, and it's already 11 o'clock.
We're done. So, like, I am done with this. Which means we're also pretty much done with this segment of Nerd Thug Radio. This is it's been a good Friday.
It is Friday.
It's a Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Don't do anything stupid.
Are people doing Lent yet? Are we in
No,
Lent
we're
season?
not. We haven't gotten to Fat Tuesday yet.
I don't know.
Mardi Gras hasn't even
I'm
happened.
not Catholic.
Mardi
I don't
Gras
know.
happens starts next weekend.
Okay.
It's like the second Tuesday in February is Fat
I was gonna
Tuesday.
say enjoy meat, but it's not meat time.
Yeah, you can eat meat.
Right. Okay. Well,
You
then
don't eat meat. You eat fish only during Lent.
except on Fridays.
No red meats.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Fridays you can eat meat.
I think so. Yeah. But anyways, check with us. Come see us tomorrow at Nerd Thug at Space Cadets Gaming. Corey DLG.
Same Nerd Thug time. Same Nerd Thug channel.
Peace.